Welcome back to N's NotebookLM. Today, we're diving in and trying to unlock the mystery of our dreams, and we're going to be using Sigmund Freud's absolutely groundbreaking work as our guide.
So, let's start with something we all experience, that bizarre, totally nonsensical world we seem to enter every single night when we fall asleep.
For centuries, thinkers basically just threw their hands up and described dreams as pure chaos, a world where the normal rules of reality just, poof, don't apply. It was seen as this place where our rational mind totally loses control. I mean, think about it, right? In our dreams, the most impossible stuff unfolds. A dog is reciting poetry, 3 times 3 is 20, rocks are swimming, and the weirdest part? Our sleeping brain just goes along with it. We don't feel any surprise at all.
So, this brings us to the central mystery that Freud was obsessed with solving. Is all this just random noise from a tired brain, or is there a secret language here, a hidden logic just waiting for us to figure it out?
While Freud's answer to that mystery was this radical, kind of elegant theory that completely changed psychology forever.
He basically proposed that every single dream, at its core, is about satisfying one of our desires. Yeah, even the desires we don't know we have, or the wishes we pushed down and repressed a long, long time ago. They all get to come out and play in our dreams.
And you can see this super clearly in the simple, undisguised dreams of children. A little girl is told she can't have any more chocolate. What does she dream about that night? Her mom just chucking handfuls of chocolate bars at her. Wish fulfilled. No decoding necessary.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. This is the obvious question, right? If dreams are just wishes, then what's the deal with nightmares? Why are so many of our dreams anxious or upsetting or just plain weird?
Freud's explanation is that a lot of our wishes are, well, unacceptable to our conscious minds. So they have to be smuggled past this kind of psychic gatekeeper.
To explain this, Freud actually borrowed an analogy from the poet Schiller. The idea is that there's a censor that guards the gates of our consciousness, and normally it's very strict about what ideas it lets through.
Now, when we're asleep, this sensor gets a little drowsy. It's less alert, but it's still on the job, and it forces our deepest, darkest desires to wear a mask before they can get through. This whole process of disguise and distortion, that's what Freud called dream work.
So this is absolutely crucial. Freud said every dream has 2 layers. You've got the manifest content, that's the weird story you remember when you wake up, like dreaming you missed a train. But hidden underneath is the latent content, and that's the real meaning, that's the unconscious wish. So the dream isn't about a train, it's about the fear of a missed opportunity in your life.
So how does this whole disguise thing work in the real world? Well, Freud noticed that a lot of us tend to have dreams that follow very similar patterns, which he called typical dreams.
I'm sure you've had this one, the exam dream. You're failing a test you passed ages ago, and the anxiety feels so real. But Freud's take is fascinating. He argued this isn't a wish to fail, it's actually a dream of consolation. Your mind is basically saying, hey, don't worry about that big challenge tomorrow. Remember how anxious you were for that exam? You got through it then, and you'll get through this too.
Or what about the nakedness dream? You're in public, totally exposed, and feeling so ashamed. But no one else even bats an eye? Freud connected this to childhood memories of exhibitionism. That indifferent crowd is a clever trick by the censor. It's the opposite of what you really want, disguising the original wish to be seen.
The pattern just keeps going. Take the dream of falling. Freud linked this to yielding to temptation, using the kind of dated phrase, a fallen woman. But honestly, whether you agree with these specific interpretations today doesn't matter as much as the main point. These common dreams show how the censor works, filtering a hidden wish through a shared human experience.
So why does any of this matter? What's the big deal? Well, for Freud, understanding this secret language of dreams gives us a direct map to the most hidden parts of ourselves.
He famously declared that dreams are not just random nonsense. They are, in his words, the royal road, a special, privileged pathway straight into our unconscious, where all of our deepest wishes, fears, and most powerful memories are stored.
And what this all means is that the child, with all its raw impulses and selfish desires, never really leaves us. It lives on, deep inside. And our dreams give us this little nightly glimpse into those foundational forces that are still driving our behavior long after we think we've grown up.
If this topic has captured your interest and you'd like to dive deeper, the book is called The Interpretation of Dreams by Sigmund Freud.